Hey, you! You're listening to the podcast network of Gamefully Unemployed because you're an untouchable success. To support us and gain access to great exclusive shows like our brand new Supernatural watch-along Himboos, head over to patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. You'll also get your lucky little mitts on hundreds of episodes of our other exclusive shows like Tom and Jeff Watch Batman, Star Trek The Next Futurama, Spiel Boys, and the complete series of Fox Mulder is a Maniac. We do movie nights, game streaming, regular mini-series and surprise shows, and you can even commission your own podcast about anything you want, within reason. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain by heading to patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. That's patreon.com/GAMEFULLY unemployed. Probably don't need help with that word. Welcome to Screamplay, a show about spooky video games. With your hosts, Tom and John Ryman. This is Screamplay. I'm your co-host, Tom Ryman.
I'm John Ryman.
And, today we're talking about 2025's The Séance of Blake Manor. Developed by Spooky Doorway, published by Raw Fury. I think right now it's just on PC or,
It's on Steam. Yeah, I got it on Steam. That's where I played it.
So I think I think it's also on Mac. Anyway, Steam might be coming to consoles. Anyway, that's what we're talking about today.
We sure are, Tom. I think this came out... When I played
this came out in October of last year.
Yeah, and when I played this, we had the snowstorm coming through, so when we decided to play this, I was like, perfect. Nothing else to do.
Well, as we're galloping up to this sprawling, spooky manor in the Irish countryside in a rainstorm to see this washerwoman, doing her socks in the fountain, I guess this is as good a time as any for us to pull over. Kick the mud off our boots, gather our Irish belongings.
Tell the boy driving the horse and buggy to pull over on ye old corner. They said ye old in Victorian Ireland, right? Doesn't matter.
Probably.
We're pulling over anyway.
Flick the haunted coachman a wooden nickel.
Yeah, float in and out like fucking Keanu Reeves and Dracula. Just float bewildered in and out of the buggy.
Oh, sure. I'll just see myself up to my room to get my dick bit by vampires.
I guess I'll just go fuck myself, huh? All right.
This was my pick, so should it be me that tells us? I never remember how we do this. I always forget how we do shows.
Well, as I pointed out, I think when we were over on one-upsmanship, I kind of go through these like a doddering old man forgetting where I am.
Uh-huh.
So maybe we should have you tell it. Why don't you do it? You say words better than me.
I've paid the coachman, sent him on his way.
You made money in communication and communicating with people.
With the spirits, piercing the veil specifically. That's how I collected all of my money. All right, so The Séance of Blake Manor, like we said, in 2025, it's a point-and-click adventure game by Spooky Doorway. They are publishers that also did The Dark Side Detective, if you're familiar with that game. Unlike The Dark Side Detective, which is kind of cheeky, fun, and funny, very bite-sized adventures, this is a full-sized point-and-click mystery horror adventure game set in 1897 Ireland.
A four-course mystery meal.
Indeed. You play a character named Declan Ward, who's been hired mysteriously... Mr. Ward.
Mr. Ward. I'm sorry, I'll stop now. The spirits are talking to me.
Fucking Mr. Varley.
Yeah, Mr. Varley. We're on Team Varley here in the Screenplay family. Team
This
Varley.
is Indeed. Bella should have gone with him instead. He had to mind imprint on her weird mutant child.
Yeah.
Okay, 1897 Ireland. We've been hired mysteriously to go out to this manor, Blake Manor. It's an infamous sprawling manor in the Irish countryside. It is owned by the Blake family, the patriarch of which is conducting a seance to contact his dead wife, who was killed in a carriage accident that left his young son also crippled. It's like it's like the WrestleMania of spiritualists. He's gathered like an A-team of spiritualists to try to conduct this seance. And your job is to...
They're all there to find their own ghosts.
Yeah. They're all there for different reasons, but they've all come to this big seance, the big sprawling seance, for this guy to contact his dead wife. One of them, this socialite named Miss Dean, has gone missing, and you've been mysteriously hired by an anonymous person via letter to go to the manor and figure out where she went. She never checked out, so she is somewhere in the manor. They're convinced, your benefactor is convinced they're somewhere in the manor. So that's kind of where it starts. You have 3 days to solve the crime via standard point-and-click adventure stuff. You move around the manor. Different places open up as you unlock puzzles. You get access to more areas. You get access to more conversations, some more clues you find and put together. Anybody who played point-and-click stuff in the 90s or more recently Telltale stuff like Walking Dead or... what's the big one? Sam & Max, yeah, the Telltale picked that one. There's a huge one. Disco Elysium, stuff like that.
Disco Elysium, yeah.
It's a little bit of a... They're kind of... the kids might call these visual novels, although they're a little bit more interactive than that. But anyway...
this is way more interactive than a...
Yeah, we'll get into it.
Yeah, we'll get into it.
But that's the gist of it. You have 3 days, basically, to solve this mystery, and as... you play the game, a series of other objectives become clear to you. Your ultimate goal, you sort of learn, is to prevent as many people as you can from attending the seance by solving individual mysteries for all the people at the manor in the process of trying to discover the culprit.
Everybody's got their own ghost. It's almost like it's a theme.
Also, everybody, there's a lot of different faiths and spiritualisms and ways of viewing nature and spirituality are viewed in this game, which is a big theme of it. Anyway, I don't want to get too much more in it. Save that for the other sections. That's the scary story. Bada boom, bada bing. Hamburger time. Lots of turnips. Lots of carved turnips all over this place. Whole lot of carved turnips.
Don't click on them. It's a waste of time.
It is a waste of time. It's a waste of fucking time.
Yeah, they are indeed carved turnips.
So many carved turnips, Mr. Hart.
Now,
if you'll excuse me, I'm going to stand in my bedroom for the next 3 hours, and you will not be able to advance your objectives in this time.
You'll be looking for me, but I'll tell you to fuck off.
I guess now it's time to collect our things, as Mr. Varley's doing his own shit.
What light in yonder window breaks?
Think it might be.
It is Vincent.
I'm not good. You carry your own bags inside.
Like I said, everybody brought their own ghost to Blake Manor. We brought Vincent.
The Thunderbird Motel. So let's carry our shit up on inside Spookaboo Manor and get all checked in.
Now I invite you to step inside Spookaboo Manor.
John, why don't you pick up the baton? This is where we talk about the spookiness of the game. The horror. How scary this particular game is.
We'll talk about it. I don't really think it's that scary. But, I mean,
really?
No, I didn't think it was scary. But what it kind of reminded me of, and the art style goes a lot into it, because it's done in, like, this way that's very, like, Mike Mignola, like, Hellboy style, like, art, almost.
It's very thick, two-dimensional art. I should have mentioned that in the scary story, but a big draw, this is the art style, for sure.
Yeah, which I loved. It wasn't, it was creepy.
Thick-lined art, rather, sorry.
It was creepy. Like, I wouldn't call it like, I was like, oh, Jesus, like kind of like more like jump scares or anything like that, even though there are, like, a few in there.
There are.
But
it makes them land better.
Yes. Yeah, they're interspersed here and there. But I like how big the manor is and how few people are kind of in it. So, like, you'll be going through your daily routine of just getting up in everybody's business. Like, he doesn't give a fuck about breaking into people's rooms. But
Declan, no, he's a little goblin.
But you the place feels very lonely, and for a game that doesn't have, I'm trying to think of a good way to word this, because I was going to say for a game that doesn't have much in it, I think they use that really well. Like, because the space is very large, and so you're constantly finding yourself alone, and then you'll, like, run into people that you're not expecting to see in certain places. But it does convey that loneliness, and kind of Declan, who's he's not retired, but he's no longer a police officer. He was part of, I think they call him the Garda,
He's a fire brigade.
Well, no, his brother was. He was an investigator. He was with the guard, I think, or the Garda or whatever they were talking about, and he was investigating these arsons, is what I gathered. But I think his brother was fire brigade. But it doesn't matter. He's a famous detective. But he's also a skeptic. So everybody else there is very much, one of them claims he's a skeptic, like the first guy you saw, they're kind of like tutorial investigation.
Toussaint.
Yeah,
Mr. Toussaint. Yeah, the French guy.
Mr. Toussaint. And,
he's the mind freak. He's there to bust everybody's magic tricks.
But he also says he believes it. He's just there to find frauds. He believes in magic, but he's just there to find frauds. Like Declan is really the only person there who, at least initially, does not. He's a skeptic. He's, and his Catholicism is kind of like there's tenuous at best there as far as religious. So he's kind of on his own there. And they do a good job and he's also the only one that people kind of don't know who he is, I guess. I mean, like, he's got, like, Poirot notoriety, but only with, like, people, I think, within Ireland. In that immediate area, and there's several people that aren't, but they do a very good job of making you feel lonely. Like, I felt that like a lot. So, like, when I would like run into people, I'd get this like, oh, thank God, but also like, are you guys, fairy worshipping murderers? I don't know what. Like,
was everybody talking about me right before I walked in? I feel like you were talking about me,
aren't you?
I listened through the door and I heard you talking about me. You do a lot of listening through doors here.
Yeah, you do a lot of listening through doors. You do a lot of doorknob rattling to see if it's open. Like, he doesn't give a fuck.
Oh, I'm
about,
sorry.
like,
I didn't think I couldn't. I didn't realize I couldn't go here. Is another thing.
Did you get busted like the first night? Because I got busted.
I got busted in me. I got that trophy. Yeah.
And I got thrown out
of the hotel
because you try to get them away. Like, you have to get into the front office, and I didn't know to do this. But to climb out the window is what you're supposed to do. Mm-hmm. But I just walked straight out of the office, and fucking what's his name, Mr. Varley's just sitting there, just like, oh, so that's the kind of shit you're gonna pull, and then like throws me out, and then the game's over. Everybody died. Oh shit! Everybody
died. Oh, I guess I was here to save the entire manor
because you weren't sneaky enough.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, back to Spookaboo.
Yeah, back to Spookaboo. Yeah, like I thought. It was like hearing a good ghost story because they do a lot of like creepy, but like you'll go into the library. Like one of the big things in this is like researching stuff too, which I really like. And we'll talk more about that in the gameplay in the Boneyard. But like, you'll read like scary stories or ghost stories.
I think that's part of it.
Here, Western Tower, and like that Irish sound like a pirate. But,
Irish pirates.
Yeah, they're Irish pirates. They had them.
Pirish.
Yeah. Kind of finding, and sometimes you'll find off-putting things, like when you finally find Evelyn Dean's room and you solve that magic puzzle. Mm-hmm. Because someone's covered it up with like magic, so you're dealing with some kind of wizard or witch. Yeah. So it's just like, that's kind of off-putting as well. So you're like, what the fuck am I dealing with here?
Yeah.
But, then finding that room and these weird symbols and setups, they do a lot with mood, mm-hmm. which they kind of have to, because given them, like, the art style and the kind of way the gameplay works. But I thought they did a good job with that. I don't think you're ever going to make something like really like, oh man, I'm going to stay awake at night, or, it's get your heart racing so much as it is just off-putting.
I don't know. I think you could, because Amnesia is only a little bit of an evolution of a point-and-click adventure. So something like that is pretty close to this. But yeah, I'll just jump onto what you were saying. I thought this was spooky. I agree. It's not ever really scary, but it's nice and spooky.
Yeah,
and it's pure mood.
And that's what I meant. I meant more like where it's just like. When we were watching The Mummy the other day, like Lee Cronin's The Mummy, like that tension is pulled and you're like, man, I don't want to see what's going to happen next. And this one, it's just kind of like just the eeriness is just kind of present. And it's not like horrifying. It's just spooky is what I'm trying to say. And it does that very well. It
does. Yeah. Which builds a couple of big moments, up front. I wanted to say we're going to spoil a little bit of this game. We're not going to spoil the entire game because I didn't finish it. I've played 22 hours. But I haven't quite gotten to the end of it.
You played 22 hours?
I've played 22 hours of this game.
Oh, wow. Okay. I don't know if I spent that much time. I think what I'm trying to say is I'm better than you at this.
Sure. But the fact that it keeps you just sitting with this mood, it's all about sitting with this mood and exploring a haunted house. It's exploring a haunted house, the game. It builds to a couple of moments that are sort of over the top. And we mentioned jump scares. There's a couple of them jump scares, but there's also, just in where I'm at, there's been 2 or 3 big narrative moments that happen that sort of really take you by surprise. And it's not that they're so extreme, like a spider walk down the stairs, like The Exorcist, but like, for instance, I don't even want to give that much away, but like you'll build up to some event that's on the schedule. You're like, oh yeah, this thing's coming up. I better go get ready for that. And you go there and attend it. And suddenly
it's an eyes wide shut party.
It becomes a whole different kind of game. Yeah. And that happens like 2 or 3 different times in the course of your investigation. And as you open up more of the story, which is so interesting for a horror game, I think that it's all about sitting and exploring this haunted house, chilling with the setting. You mentioned the library. A lot of this is looking stuff up in the library, so reading like background spookiness. And there's also, because it's kind of like this event that the Blakes are holding at the manor, like all of the guests are doing guest speaker talks, and there's like guest readings out in the hedge maze, and there's like well readings and stuff. It's like a big event weekend for all the guests, so there's things to go do, and you can go do them.
It's like Ghost Con 1895 or whatever.
1897, yeah. But yeah, it is. Yeah. It's Ghost Con, yeah. All these spiritualists, and that's a big reason why you're such an outcast, is because you are sort of crashing this in-community of spiritualists, and none of them know you. So they're like, who the fuck is this guy?
You're not an outcast so much as an outsider, and they're just like, some people recognize, some people like will recognize him because you play Declan Ward. You are a famous detective.
The only person who knows you is the maid.
Toussaint recognized you.
Oh, that's true.
And,
but other than that, I think that's it.
The maid, well, there's a reveal later on as well, but that I don't think you got to yet. But people know who you are, but it's like kind of like a sideways. They're just kind of like, what the fuck is this guy doing here? It's you're just kind of there, not really knowing why you're there, just knowing that this lady is missing, and the staff and the guests are insisting that she is checked out, but you're finding evidence to the contrary. So that's also off-putting as well. Mm-hmm. It contributes to the creepiness of it. Yeah. And, the more and more you go through it, you find out that a lot of people here aren't what they seem. And even some of the most,
point of fact,
like even some of the most genial people that you're meeting are like hiding some like really nefarious motivations. I mean, that's more for the boneyard, but it makes you really, like, I don't want to harp on it again, but it just like plays into the loneliness of it, because Declan really doesn't have like a Watson or a Hastings or anything like that. He's just like, he's just kind of there by himself.
Yeah, you do sort of. There are a couple of characters where you'll start to feel like, oh, this person's my buddy, and then you'll learn something else about him. It's like, I think a lot of that's relevant here, because it's kind of like, it's almost gothic horror. I'm thinking it for 1 or 2 of the characters, especially. Like, the more you learn about it, it's like, oh wow, there's a depth to this story that I wasn't expecting.
Yeah, to the point where I was getting, and just to finish off my thought there, was just to the point I was getting like, man, is this like a Wicker Man fucking scenario? Am I going to end up like in a bear suit in a burning barn? What the fuck is happening?
It's not that.
Yeah, it's not that, but
not a Wicker Man sitch. So I walked up the drive and noticed turnips everywhere, so carved turnip faces. So I knew I was in for some Wicker Manning.
Yeah, and some ghost washing her underpants in the fountain.
Oh, didn't see you there. I'm going to turn into birds. I thought the writing was really great.
Oh yeah. Oh definitely.
The setting is really important in a horror game, and I like that this game is most of the horror is just about exploring this space and exploring the manor, and they give you a good amount of it opened up already. There's very little that's closed off. There's like a churchyard in the basement that you can't really access, and the private Blake residence that you can't really access in the first 2 days. But by the end, you eventually can open everything up. But as you're exploring and you're looking at different things, and it's a point-and-click adventure game, so a lot of stuff in the background there's so many interactable items and so many different conversation trees and threads to follow. But even when you're not talking to people to gather information about the house and you're just exploring on your own and just looking at things and reading and just kind of getting a vibe, you do feel like the history of the place. Like it's and I like that.
Yeah, it feels like a real place.
Yeah, and to that, just to keep going on that thought, it's not obviously scary or spooky. I like that it just looks like a regular ass manor house. It becomes spooky because of how empty it is, and because you feel the history of it as you learn about all of it. And like you mentioned, it does a good job of making you feel lonely because the house itself is so big. Part of the story, it's woven into the narrative, is that the house is just Jonathan Blake and his young son. Since the wife died, it's just them and their handful of servants. So it's just these two people alone, this enormous house. You're carrying all that history with you as you go through the place, and it becomes kind of like, it works in tandem with the score, which is this...
Very good.
It's very good. It's almost droning, which it gets to be a little negative that I'll talk about in the Boneyard, but it's also too very purposefully wielded. It's kind of like an evil lullaby almost. It's kind of like lulling you into a dreamlike, almost trance-like state.
It's very similar to what they were doing. Important. Yeah, what they were doing in Amnesia.
Yeah.
With the background like droning and the kind of howling of the wind and stuff like that. And,
yeah. The music in Amnesia is more like woof. That really gets me. But
yeah, it's scary.
Yeah, it's scary.
Scary, Tom.
But I like that it's just a completely normal, boring looking house. It's the voice acting is excellent. Every character is just well performed in a way that they can go from being genial or suspicious or scary or pitiable, or because you go through all those things as you're judging a person as a detective when you're playing one of these games, or even when you're just like watching a detective movie. So the performance is really important there. And as you unpack the layers of all these people and you learn more about them and you learn more about their connection to the house and the other characters, it's just these performances that you think were they keep redefining themselves, but still feeling like the same character. And I feel like that's something to hit on. And it's a good mystery.
Yeah. Even the people that, you would think that they come off kind of as like, cause that priest, I was like, well, you're just fucking creep.
Exactly. Yeah, he was one of the ones I was thinking of. It's like, well, this guy's an obvious maniac. And then you learn
more about him, and it's just like, no, he's just weird. I mean, like, and it's just, he's just weird.
But like
it
very
fits
explicable.
In with the theme of like, not everything is as it appears. It's kind of like what it's kind of what their thing is. And they do it really well. I liked ringing the bell and fucking with Varley. Just ringing the bell and making them come out and then saying
weird.
Never mind. And then he like walks away, and then I'll ring it again. He's like, what is it? Never mind.
I think I was mentioning the mystery for the spookiness because it's it's a disappearance and it's supernatural, and there's murder and demons and ghosts and shit swirling all around you. So like it's well paced in terms of how like the information of the mystery is doled out and how like the surprises are revealed. Like we mentioned the Eyes Wide Shut ball. That really hits me. Like out of nowhere that hit me. I was like, oh shit, it's this kind of party?
Yeah, that's when I was just like, oh, they're gonna friggin' kill me. They're gonna feed me to the bees or something like that.
It's the things like your understanding of things. We were talking about it a second ago and being like, oh, you can't always things aren't always what they seem. That kooky old priest, he made a lot of sense once you got to know him. And then it also goes for the reverse, where things that you thought, oh, this is fairly normal, the rug will get pulled right out from under you, and suddenly somebody's jacking off in the corner. Not literally, but like...
Yeah, no one jacks off in the corner.
That doesn't happen in this game. This is a fairly PG-13 rated game, I think.
Yeah.
But so like there's just a couple of crazy ass moments like that hit really hard because it's such just this simmering mood piece that's all about really good writing, and it feels like a literary horror story for most of it, and then these crazy bug fuck things will occasionally happen.
And all the while, like, you have the time is running out because everything you do in this game, and we'll talk more about it in the next section. But, like, there's a timer for the whole thing. You have, like, 3 days to get this done. And they count you arriving at midnight and only being awake an hour as day one. So
and day 3 ends at 9 p.m.
Yeah, and day 3 ends up at 9 p.m. So, like, when the seance starts. So you...
And on Saturday, you pass out until 11 a.m.
Yeah.
So...
And you are... You just have this oppressive, like, time crunch on top of all this, and there's a large number of guests in the hotel that you have to vet and find out about and determine. Like, I was kind of hesitant at first. Well, we'll talk about that in the Boneyard. But
that ties in. I think it's worth mentioning, though. It's overwhelming.
Yeah,
when you start,
it is overwhelming. Yeah. To the point where I was just like, I don't know if I should go through these guys' mail. I think that'd be wrong. But like day 3 of them, I'm like, fuck it. And I'm just like running behind them, like ripping it. Like I run behind the desk and just start ripping
doing it
mail
in front
open.
Of them. Yeah, just, I'm walking into people's
all
homes.
of you are hiding something from me.
Literally walked into a room and the person got mad, and I was like, I thought we were cool.
Yeah,
I did it with this other person. They were fine.
Yeah, come on, we were vibing.
But yeah, it adds that overwhelming sense of it and being thrown into the middle of something you do not understand and have no context for really when you first start out, except we do as game players because we know we're sitting down to play a horror mystery game, so we have a little bit of context more than Declan does, but not much more. It adds to the mood of it.
Yeah, when you have a timer, and also there's this device that no one knows what it does,
that nobody can explain. The fucking ectoplasm jar.
Yeah, the friggin' PKE meter that they set up in the friggin' lobby or the main hall and
the atrium.
The atrium. That's right. And it goes.
It literally
full bars when you get in, and every time you solve someone's background problem, and they say that they're no longer going to the seance, it starts lowering. So it's just like, well, what does that do? And the game just shrugs at him. It's like, you tell me. And I'm like, fuck you, game. I'm not playing your games. I think you are, John.
It looks like a test your mojo machine.
Yeah,
like every time I walk by it, I think it's like a love guru machine.
Yeah.
Like, you're a wet noodle.
Fuck, I keep getting cold fish. Fuck you, love machine.
Cold fish. Yeah. Get fucking Jonathan Blake down here. Tell him to kill his wife again.
Yeah. But yeah, so you have that thing and the countdown, and then that meter up in the atrium, so you don't know what's going to happen. But I think it means like you're going to feed a bunch of psychics to the Emperor once this thing goes, once the seance starts. So we got to got
an idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's fun. It's fun, but I also was like telling this game to go fuck itself.
That's a few times, yeah.
Yeah.
I had one more thing I wanted to call out while we're still unpacking our things in Spookaboo Manor here. Just it has fun doing a little background ghosts and hauntings. It has like there's a lot of like Hill House fun in here where you'll turn a corner and just a ghost will just like or like furniture will just move, or you'll walk into a place that you visited before and a detail will be different. And sometimes the game will call it out, but most of the time it doesn't. So it just sort of lets you sit with it, and it's just fun. It's like a literary haunted house story. I enjoyed playing this game.
And the Mignola
splash
style
around in this spookiness.
Yeah, the Mignola art style, especially with the ghosts and Fey folk and stuff also worked really, really well.
It's a good campfire story.
Yeah,
it feels like. Because it's like a cozy, spooky story. A cozy, spooky tale. So, speaking of coziness, now that we've gotten all cozy, it's time for us to...
We're in day 2. They've unlocked the churchyard, so they've opened it for services.
We can shake the rain off our booties.
Yeah, so
scuttle on down to the churchyard.
Yep, again, we're going to go into the boneyard.
Perhaps now we should go traipsing through the boneyard.
And this is where we talk about like the bones of the game, the gameplay, all the good stuff aside from the horror stuff that we've already talked about. But there is some overlap, especially in a game like this. So
wanted to call out 2 jump scare moments that I got reminded of. Is one, looking at the timetable and seeing Father Sinnott is in the woman's dressing room. Location not discovered yet. I was like, I don't know what to do with that information. And the second horrible jump scare I had is exploring the catacombs beneath the manor house, turning a corner, Father Sinnott just standing there in a cell staring at the wall.
A lot of off-putting moments involve Father Sinnott.
I'm just like, what about this guy?
Also him telling
anyway.
a desperate young man that can't remember what he did. Don't worry about it, my son. It's fine. It's fine. It's all fine.
It's fine. We'll make it all go away. Oh, Christ, I can't remember nothing.
Don't try to remember. That's the point of the drug. I mean, he's doing some nefarious things.
Father Sinnott, I gathered. I haven't totally busted him open, but...
Well, he's a Gnostic, and that's weird.
He has a lot of extreme beliefs. So... The main mechanic here is a time as currency system.
Mm-hmm.
So you're free. There's no actual timer. You're free to explore the manor as long as you want. But what it does is you have to be discerning in the things that you actually click and interact with, because everything you interact with uses up a little bit of this time resource, whether it be a conversation. Some things use
1
more.
minute off the clock. Yeah, but sometimes they use more.
Yeah, but basically most things will shave 1 minute off your clock. So you have to be discerning in what you actually investigate, although you can be as free as you want to in exploring, which I really liked that. I thought that was a really cool way to do a point-and-click adventure game, because one of the things that gets really frustrating and sort of really... well, it frustrates progress in an adventure game, is all the backtracking, because it can become mind-numbing. So when...
It gets that way a little bit in this game
It does. It for sure does. But I just wanted to say up front that this system, the time as currency system, I think takes a lot of the pressure off that. So I'm at least free to backtrack as much as I want throughout the manor and explore things and see new areas and go back and, well, maybe I just didn't look at this room thoroughly enough, without feeling like I'm wasting this research. I have to be more discerning about what I actually investigate while I'm there. But I did feel like that sort of alleviated a little bit of that push and pull that adventure games normally have, where they wall off sections of the game that you just can't unlock until you solve certain puzzles. And this game does that too. But the time as currency system gives you a little bit more flexibility, so you get to make more interesting decisions, like, can I stay and listen to this guest talk about ghosts and well scrying, or should I use this time to go snoop around in the rooms of the people that are attending this talk, as opposed to, do I have enough time to walk all the way back up to my room and check this, or do I need to reload a save file? Like, I like it because those are more interesting, like, detective decisions.
Right,
like, I felt more like a
figuring
detective.
out which questions to ask, like,
yeah.
Well, do I ask them about, like, if Miss Dean or, like, do you know what room Miss Dean is in? Well, if I've already figured that out, I don't need to ask them. So it's just like,
right. Or if
you're not like me playing like Skyrim and exhausting all the dialogue options.
Right. I'm just going to click on everything because I can. You can't do that here. You have to actually, like, do I want to ask Mr. Toussaint about this cigar that I found in fucking Mr. Hickey's room or whatever?
Yeah.
The two have no connection
Mr. William
to each
Hickey.
other. Yeah, it's like, no, you wouldn't do that.
He told me to go get a stogie.
So yeah, I
and the
really,
cat was
really
dead
liked...
and the tree burned down. William Hickey?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
I know who you're talking about.
Fun here.
Negres.
Yeah.
The blessing.
The blessing. I like the way he brings up his crooked fingers when he's doing that too.
His claws.
Enunciate it. "The blessing," like that sign somehow because she's deaf, that some sign somehow means blessing to her. That's very funny to me. Anyways, but yeah, with what were we
brief
talking
Christmas
about?
vacation
I blacked out.
side quest.
Yeah,
you blacked out like the members of the staff here.
yeah. But
no, I was just saying that I was just finishing off saying that I really liked the time as currency system. I thought that was really cool. I want to see more games do it.
Yeah, but it also they play kind of the same trick that Amnesia does, where it's just like the time is a factor, but it's not as much a factor as you were thinking it is, or as they're putting pressure on you to believe. Because I finished the game, and I'm not going to say how it ends, but I was able to solve all the side characters.
You prevented everyone from attending the seance.
Yeah, I prevented everyone from attending. You can prevent people from attending the seance just by solving whatever their problems are that brought them there. And I did. It's
not 100% of them, but that's.
But like you'll when I got towards the end, I was just like, well, how am I going to do this? But I had plenty of time left to go back, and I missed some stuff that I could have handled on your first
day
full
two.
day.
Yeah.
Like
There's
I missed
things
some shit. And
classic adventure game stuff. There were a few times where I had information that I didn't realize I had.
Yeah,
sorry.
And it's like kind of like being in it, and I always liken this kind of stuff to being in an escape room. They leave everything out there for you. Like this game presents you with all the clues that you need, and then sometimes like you're looking, but you're not looking hard enough at the piece of evidence that they give you. It's just like, well, I don't know what the shit is. Like, I don't know how to open this fucking puzzle box. There's so many goddamn puzzle boxes in this game.
There sure are.
But, like, everybody, I think it's just in Ireland. Listeners in Ireland, tell us if you guys hide everything in puzzle boxes with weird
do you guys
symbols.
Put everything behind fanciful, archaic symbols? Is that just how you guys
do I have to
store your belongings in Ireland?
Puzzle box? Do you have to do that every time you need to get your wallet out? But you still
gotta crack open the lament configuration.
There you go.
Need my lighter.
That's where Evelyn Dean went. She accidentally locked herself in her like friggin' makeup case or whatever. I don't know why I said that. It's like first thing that came to my mind. But in
her pocket dimension. Felix the cat bag.
But that's where she keeps everything, her keys and all sorts of shit. But they'll on like these pieces of paper that you'll collect, and they store the information for you. Like Declan has a photographic memory, so if you see something, it stays with you. Like you don't have to go back and ask them again in order to get the information. So
for most of the stuff.
But like there'll be like squiggles in a corner or something like that, or maybe you didn't rotate a letter to the back or something like that, and you'll miss things. You'll miss codes. You'll miss like handwriting clues and stuff like that. So you really, really, really have to look at everything. And when I finally hit day 3, I was just like, I can't figure this one mystery out. And I just went through everything, and lo and behold, I just forgot all about this piece of information that was written on the side of a piece of paper that gave me another bit of information for something else.
Mm-hmm.
But they were related, but they led to different things, if that makes any sense. Too. So I was just like, well, fuck, it was right there. I just didn't think about it, you know? So this game's really good at that. That can get frustrating at points, but that's the point of the game. The game is just like, look, we're giving you all the clues that you'll need in order to solve these mysteries. You just gotta ask the right questions or look the right places, you know?
Yeah, like I said, there's a push and pull, and I think this game does pretty well with it. The fact that you can just hit the ground running, whole manor, it's all open for you to explore. Most of it is, except for like those 3 areas that I mentioned, church, basement, and Blake family residence. But like, and you have this journal that you've been talking about that keeps track of everything. So at first it feels overwhelming. But the good thing is the journal, it's this 4-tab page. You got like a mind web, and then all your evidence, and then a timetable of the movements of all the other guests and staff, and then a map of the grounds.
Which
and
you
it's
actually
really-
have to find. You actually have to like either ask them what their plans are.
Oh yeah.
And it seems like innocuous and like, why would I need that at first? But like later in the day, and I can't find these fucking people, I'm like, that's why.
Or you're trying to track their movements for when they're not going to be in place.
Yeah.
Like, I need to know when Varley's not going to be in his room, his goddamn room. What do you want in my room, Mr. Ward?
Fuck off, I'm looking at porn.
I'm looking at porn. Yeah, it's so the plus side is
Got a very specific set of skills, and it's all masturbation.
in the corner, in my dark, lonely corner of stone.
That's how I cracked my glasses. It was so fierce.
I headbutted my own mirror in my anyway. In my
Shot
moment
it right
of
off.
release, sir.
Shot the glasses right off me nose.
So you can pick this game up from where you left off without too much grief. Like it keeps track of everything for you. You can sort everything according to when you learned it alphabetically, etc. There's a lot of ways that lets you sort all the information because there is so much of it.
Mm-hmm. You can eliminate suspects because
Yeah.
you will find out stuff about them, and you're able to eliminate suspects. That doesn't save them from the seance, but you can still.
That's a different thing.
Yeah, but you can
That's a
still
different
say,
thing.
well, they didn't. They're not the culprit behind it, and which is something else I like. That it is like supernatural, but it's the culprit is human.
Yeah,
it's a human person. Someone is using magic to do some nefarious
culprit
shit.
is flesh and blood.
Yeah,
whatever the line is, it's Sleepy Hollow. Yeah. So
it is kind of a Sleepy Hollow scenario.
It isn't. It's not a Sleepy Hollow scenario. That said, the journal is overwhelming.
Yeah.
It's overwhelming. The note-taking system in this game is overwhelming.
It takes a minute to get used to, but when I got used to it, I was clicking through it fine. It's intimidating at first, but once you get used to it and you have your own system down, you're good.
I think you get used to it. I agree. I still think it's not designed very well, and I think it just fell victim to. I think of a lot of modern games have this problem sort of right now, and it's just menus buried within submenus, buried within submenus. There are so many submenus for each tab, and then you'll also get a few prompts on screen for actionable things, and each one of those are in their own separate submenu that may or may not be on the same tab in the journal. And there's no way to just let me finish my thought. There's no way to tag any of the objectives on any of the mysteries that you're on, so you have to just open your journal back up and go back into that submenu. It's just, and you'll have 18 active investigation objectives at any given moment. So it feels like the journal could have been cleaned up a little bit or streamlined a little bit, because it never gets more organic to navigate. It always feels clumsy. It always feels like I have to take one or two extra steps to find the information I need. Like I said, they do a decent job of, they give you different ways to sort it according to how recently you learned it, alphabetically related, the timetable you can sort related to guests or staff or just whose timetables you know already. So they do some stuff to try to make it a little more navigable, but it's cumbersome. The journal's cumbersome in this game. I wish there was a way to tag certain objectives. But that's kind of a modern game complaint too, because you can also just very easily play this the way that you played point and click adventure games in the past, which is with a pad of paper, and I just scribble down little notes to remind me, oh, I'm looking for this. And also, okay, that's I'm done with my thought on the journal. if you had,
I was just
about the journal.
Yeah, I did have something else to say about the journal. Like I found myself forgetting where I was in the journal sometimes, but that really with how many, it's like, well, where am I at right now? And then, but with the amount of stuff that they're doing in this game and the depth of the investigation, the different kinds of information that are involved, it's like, I really don't see how they could have done better on that, on the notebook, because it's like, it's so much information. They do give you ways of filtering it. You get, I forgot where I was at a couple times in it, but other than that, once I got used to it, it was fine. And I was able to kind of follow some stuff. It would be nice if I could, maybe pull up tabs at the same time and look at them side by side, that would probably be the only
A comparison tab. Would be cool,
comparison tab would probably be the only thing that I would add to it, because there's just so much.
It's very detailed. I do love how detailed it is. I just wish it was a little easier to navigate.
Yeah, it's a complex, well-written mystery, and there's a lot of information for you to look at. And there's also like a ton of information that you don't need to look at.
You don't need. It's kind of like
it's up to you as to whether or not you follow this stuff.
Sorry.
But then, like, it kind of psychs you out to, like, asking too many questions.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I skipped out on some, like, innocuous ones, and I was like, well, I can't figure this out. And I finally went back to the person I asked them about it, and lo and behold, that innocuous question, like, busted something open for me.
Yep.
So
there's a major item, there's a major clue item that's just in one of the random bookshelves.
Yep.
Most of them have nothing at all in them.
Nope. I mean, but that's what's to kind of encourage you as the player. It's like, well,
to be discerning.
Yeah, it's just like, well, don't just sit there and do nothing. You have to do something, but
also don't click on every book.
Don't click on every book.
Think about where you are.
Yeah, but also like because we already talked about how it like kind of discourages you from doing things. Right. Like having it hid in some things that may appear innocuous, or in just like some of these big clues just hiding in like these innocuous hiding places. Well, it says that at the same time, you never know. It might seem stupid in that you don't need to ask it, but consider the context, the person, where you're at. It might be relevant. So that's good. It's just a good investigative.
Yeah, that's about as meta as it gets. It keeps track of all the other threads and stuff for you in this journal, which related to that, something I did want to ding it for too. And this happens with a lot of adventure games struggle with this too. Some of them do, particularly with a complex layered mystery like this. But discovering clues out of order, quote unquote, can spoil some of the mysteries. Like if you find a clue before you're supposed to, sometimes it can break the narrative a little bit. And that's a trade-off in game design. That's happened in adventure games like this a lot. Original adventure games sort of left all the deduction up to you. So it made the gameplay harder and forward progression harder. So I prefer the sort of modern approach where it has something like this journal system in Blake Manor, or like the Telltale games do, where they keep track of everything for you, and they sort of, because they want you to be able to play the game, they want you to make sure that you're following their sort of esoteric line of thinking to solve these puzzles. But consequently, that means you can you can discover clues out of order that sort of break the mystery for you, so you get ahead of certain mysteries sometimes, and you're just waiting for Declan to catch up, and that's a little disappointing. But it's just like I'll find, for instance, I found out who was anyway, like it's just a thing that happens sometimes. If you find a clue out of order because you've gotten into an area you weren't supposed to, or you maybe found an item but didn't examine it more closely before you moved on to this next item, or something like that. It's just the way the game is written. Sometimes you can trip it up like that in an adventure game that's told like this, and I don't really know how you get around. Well, I guess I don't know. I'm aware that it's a problem, and it's a problem in this game. It happened to me a few times, not in a game breaking way, only like once or twice, but it was a bummer when it happened.
I don't think that really happened to me. I mean, I found out some stuff, and I was just like, oh, well, that means I don't have to go through all the rigmarole of, broaching this. I already know about it. Okay, that saves me some time. But yeah, I didn't really notice it, or if I did, I didn't have a problem with it. Yeah,
it was just like once, like when the second kidnapping happens, like I triggered something, a clue I found triggered something that told me who the victim was, but I still had to go through the investigation as though I didn't know.
Okay, I see. Oh man, I don't know how you did that.
I'm not sure either, but it was just something I found triggered it, and it was like, oh, well.
Yeah, I mean, did you get into their hotel room?
Oh, yeah.
Before then? Okay, that might have been it.
Yeah, I went to their room twice. Once before they vanished, and again after they had disappeared.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, it only happened.
I think you did it wrong.
I did do it wrong. It happened to me with the cook, too.
I think you did it wrong.
You did it wrong. I found out her whole fucking deal, and they were like still making me approach the mystery like I didn't know. But anyway. And that's really
all I've got for Bones, but
I wanted to hit the score
okay.
and the backtracking, just to acknowledge, as we mentioned up top, it's baked into the premise here, which works well for it because the backtracking and sort of mind-numbing nature of adventure games is kind of unavoidable because it's trial and error. The gameplay is based entirely on trial and error. The difficulty is trial and error. Can you solve this puzzle? Can you walk in the same esoteric line of thinking as the developers did when they figured this puzzle out? So
it's the second time you've used that word.
I know.
Esoteric. We know, Tom, you're smart.
So
Jesus.
It works because the narrative is about this sort of kind of trance-like haze that's descending on people around the Blake Manor that's involved in the story. So like in a BioShock type way, and I think fucking O'Meara even says, "Would you kindly" to you, but like in a BioShock type way, he definitely does. He says, "Would you kindly leave after you solve this problem for you?" And you have to go and do it because there's no other option for you in the game. So I meant to go and look and see if the voice actor was the same. Anyway, because he does kind of sound like Atlas.
Well, he's Irish.
He's sure.
They're all Irish. Well,
they're
they're
not all Irish.
They got a couple of Americans rattling around in there.
There's an Italian lady. There's I think she's Brazilian lady. There's British guy. There's
I know she's
British lady. There's a couple of Scottish people.
There's a Scottish. There's 2 Scottish people. Yeah. We got a nice little mix rattling around in there.
People.
We got some lady.
Toussaint's
we got a
French.
lady from Egypt.
That's right. Yeah, you got the lady from Egypt, Mr. Dupre. He's American.
Yeah, so we got some Americans. It's like him, and the other lady who you bust is a fake.
Oh, right, she's American. Oh, and so's the writer, Miss Darcy. She's no,
American. She's not.
Oh no, wait, she's English.
British.
She's English.
Yeah, she's English.
The fake. You bust her on the first night. That's not much of a spoiler.
No, it's like the first. She's like a tutorial. She's almost the tutorial.
But anyway, I was just saying. So they cleverly write it into the mechanics of the game itself, and that's so as you're playing it, and the score, and all these samey hallways, and the score is this sort of spooky lullaby that just repeats endlessly, and you're just sort of. You get locked into this sort of otherworldly, like trance-like state as you're playing this game, and it's mind-numbing. And that's intentional, but also it's mind-numbing. You know, that's it. It's a problem with all adventure games. Like I said, this one is clever about it, but it's
unavoidable.
It's unavoidable, and the score is the same. The score could have maybe. I understand it. It's a gorgeous score. It's implemented very creatively. I totally get it. Maybe change it up a little bit because it really. After a while, like it makes my brain sluggish. Like it makes it harder to solve some of the puzzles, which might be part of the point. But anyway, I just wanted to hit the con of that as well as the pro, because we did point it out as being like, hey, they found a clever way to implement this, but it's also still there. Like you do kind of get like the eyes glazing over while you're playing this game.
I mean, like we said, it's kind of unavoidable.
Yeah, it's hard to avoid.
Yeah, that's just the nature of these games.
It's a push and pull with the game that's about puzzle solving and mystery solving and making deductions that a little bit are meta. You do draw everything you need to do to make these connections for the game are in the game, but there's some meta aspect to it. Like we were saying, you have to think about which bookcase should I investigate, this random one in the hallway, or the one that's in the drawing room where all these talks are being held. I found this weird thing in my chimney. I've asked everybody on staff about it, and nobody can tell me what it is.
It could either mean I'm being protected by God or my soul's about to be roasted in hell. I don't know what it means. I've been told like 18 different meanings to this.
Again, there's a very large gulf in between those 2 points.
I know who put it in there, but they won't let me ask him.
He's been in the basement unloading supplies for 16 hours.
Yeah, I know that.
I'm not allowed to talk to him.
And the question doesn't come up in the prompt. Well, it does, but he just like, oh yeah, that's what that is. Oh yes,
great.
You can either do your taxes for you, or cut your throat while you're asleep,
or bite your dick off in your sleep.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Oh,
well,
okay.
I hope it's the taxes one.
It'd be nice not to spend money on TurboTax for a year.
I'm going to go lucid dream while you guys figure that out.
Oh, man, that was a pain in the ass. Where the fuck am I supposed to find a record player? well, I can have one delivered up to your room. All right.
See that?
Ring the
one,
bell again to Varley. All right. And he's like, what the fuck you want?
I want that record player,
I want the
Marley.
record
Get it
player.
up there.
Oh, it's
Were
not
you
a
kidding?
prompt? God damn it.
Were you playing with me?
I forget how I got one up there.
It got up. I kind of solved that one by accident. Like I found the record before I really was looking for it that hard. And then I just asked him, and then I just asked somebody about it, and it's like, oh sure, we'll have a gramophone sent up to your room. Oh, okay. Thanks, Varley.
Thanks. I just got to go rummage through someone's underwear drawer. Real quick while they're not in there.
You've been a pain in my ass the rest of this weekend, Varley, but today you're being very helpful. Thank you.
He's a good egg, that Varley. He's just a little cantankerous is all.
He's fun. He's the first person you meet, and he's one of the longest people it takes you to figure out, too. So he remains an enigma for a very long time.
Yeah. He's a little bastard, but he's got a heart of gold. See, now I'm starting to turn into a pirate again. I gotta stop.
See, Pirish. So I think it's probably time to move on from the Boneyard. Unless you had anything else you wanted to add.
No, but let's I don't think they have like the pay-per-view.
I wanted to point out one more thing, just to try to help you manage this thing. The game does a really cool thing that I appreciate related to stuff you need that's in the game versus meta stuff. The library. We mentioned the library. You have to look some stuff up. When you walk into the library, there's a big main desk that's set up. And as you learn new things that the game tells you should go look this up in the library, that book will just be on the table there waiting for you. But you can go explore the library to the different racks yourself and read all these ancillary books that don't necessarily have any clues in them. They just provide you further context that does help you, but it's stuff that you don't necessarily need.
But it'll guide you in the right direction.
It does. It helps you put more things together and make more connections. But the books all the stuff that you wind up needing will just be set out for you on this desk when you walk into the library, which is nice. Thanks, game.
They give you everything you need to know. It's just a little obtuse sometimes to try to figure out what exactly you're supposed to be looking at or where to look for it sometimes. Sometimes. It's not all the time.
It's a riddle, Mr. Ward. Let's collect our bones, I suppose.
Ring this bell up to the front again, and then I'm gonna ring Varley's bell one more time, and then we're gonna run into the boneyard. Carry our bones outside. We're gonna run out in the boneyard before he comes out of his office.
I guess now we're collecting our bones, and we're shambling up past the drive now.
There's no. Unfortunately, there was no Spectravision or whatever in the hotel room. Because it's 1895, but
1897.
But
I get it. Everybody's in a dream-like state here. It does things to people.
We need entertainment. So, but on the grounds, Tom, would you believe it? In 1897, they have a Blockbuster.
Yeah, it's right in the center of the hedge maze.
Yeah, it's right in the center of the hedge maze. That's what that giant was building with his hammer.
Next to the forge giant and the fire pit ghost. This is where do we buy the VHS?
Please tell me whether or not I should just buy this VHS.
If this were a greasy pizza-stained and Pepsi-stained VHS video cassette, would you buy it to add to your permanent collection, to share with friends and family alike on sleepovers and cozy nights for a spookernatural mystery?
Well, I guess I'll answer first, and I'd say yes. It's very good. I enjoyed this game. I like a good mystery. I like a good mystery. I like the art style. I like the music, the voice acting, the game mechanic, and just being able to have all the clues in front of me for me to find without a lot of hand holding from the game. Sometimes I would just be like, man, I would really like a hint button in here, but they give it over to you. This is like, well, here you go. You solve a mystery. All the clues are there. We'll see you later. We'll pick you up after practice.
I tell you, nothing quite scratches this creative, excited part of my brain quite like that promise in a video game.
Yeah.
Where they're just like, here's a mystery, go solve it.
Yeah.
And with minimal hand holding.
Yeah.
This does a really great job of that. And it's, I feel like I think I might play this again. I mean, I'm definitely going to finish it, probably as soon as we're done recording. But I think I would.
You're close.
Probably play through this again just to explore more and see some of the talks I missed, some of the conversations I didn't get to have.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to save everybody this time, so maybe I'll go back through and see if I can get everybody. But very well done. I would happily add this VHS to my shelf and share it with people. I think everybody should play this game if you're into point-and-click adventures or spook-em-ups. It's never outwardly spooky,
mystery
but it's
games
a nice...
specifically, too. If you're like into solving like a mystery.
It's a good mystery. It's very well written.
It doesn't get much better than this one. You got like a full-on Agatha Christie, all kinds of character archetypes are in it. Mm-hmm. They're all fancy and rich, and one of them is, they're all
kidnapper,
maybe murderer.
They're all pretty compelling too.
Yeah,
like everybody is, like we said, everybody's not what they seem, and sometimes it's scarier, sometimes it's nicer. So it's just a very well written game all around. The mystery is not what it seems. Even when you think you have a handle on it, a new wrinkle will be added, and you're like, oh, that's an interesting new dimension that I hadn't realized was there. What is that? Kind of changes things a little bit. Let me think about this. Because I really thought I had it, and then I'd learn something and be like, oh, okay, now I got it. And then I'd learn something else and be like, oh, okay, well, now I got it. And then I'd learn something else, and I'd keep going through that. It's just very well written, very well done game.
Yeah, and you start to think like, oh, maybe this missing person is just like the tip of the iceberg. The tip of the iceberg.
Iceberg! Christ!
Yeah. Christ! But yeah, it's a definite buy from both of us.
All right, do we have any more sections? Is that it? Is that it for us?
That's it.
Man,
we've solved the mystery of whether or not this game was good. And we
did not attend the seance.
No.
I'm leaving. I don't need to see that.
Dude, it's against the Bible.
I don't do it because the mind freak told me they were fake.
Yeah. Well, that's why Jesus put it in the Bible.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we worship Chris Angel.
Because he watched Chris Angel Mind Freak, and he's like, these people aren't for real.
We say Mary Mind Freak in this house.
Huh? Yeah, Mary Mind Freak.
We say Mary Mind Freak. Oh man.
Chris Angle.
I think we can be done. John, do you want to say words? Do you want to tell people about stuff?
Yeah. Well, thanks to you guys for listening. And you can follow me online at Johnny Rhymes. This is going to be at Blue Sky, but at Johnny Rhymes. And I also host another podcast on this very network with our buddy Logan Trent called WrestleMovia. We watch movies with wrestlers in them. Sometimes they're good and sometimes they're very bad. But we watch those movies and we talk about it. We pit them against whatever the champion is that week. And see which one is better. We just did, I think, Wrecking Crew should be coming up here fairly shortly.
Cool.
Yeah. We're going to get into some fun ones now.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything to tell you guys. You guys know the deal.
Yeah. You want to tell them about the store? You guys are here,
you're listening. The Patreon? You guys know the drill. It's patreon.com/GameFlyUnemployed. We also have a store, GameFlyUnemployed.com. You can find a link to our Teespring store. We have all kinds of cool original artwork and designs with cool original artists. Michael Vincent Bramley, Starling Hodge, Justin Brown, and others. Check that out. Please rate and review our podcast wherever you're listening. And check out our other show, Badical, BADICAL, also wherever you are listening.
New one of those just dropped.
It's true.
Yeah.
And, go be an Irish detective with the social contract of a 2-year-old. Yeah. Just walk into people's rooms and look at them. Watch. I thought we were good.
I helped you with your
problem. I helped you with your problem.
I thought we were rhyming.
Guys, I thought we were rhyming. All right, bye.
All right, bye.
Our episode artwork is provided by Doc Garby. You can follow him on Twitter at _JDBurrows_. Our channel artwork is produced by Michael Vincent Bramley. You can find more of his artwork at instagram.com/MVBramleyArt.